Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto December 2nd, 2015. We are chock full of stuff to talk about today, so let's get started. The late Dr. Grover Krantz wrote an interesting paper called Anatomy and Dermatoglyphics of Three Sasquatch Footprints. And these were footprints that were found by the late Paul Freeman in the Umatilla National Forest on the border of Washington and Oregon states, and this was 1982. Now, Freeman had claimed to have a sighting of a Sasquatch, and then he had these footprints casted, and they contained what appeared to be dermal ridges, and they seemed to be pretty convincing to several experts in forensic anatomy and forensic fingerprint studies. Some forestry officials had their doubts, but the experts seemed to have spoken as far as the fingerprint people. We're talking investigators from Scotland Yard. We're talking about other individuals from other professions within forensic science, and they seem to find no fault with these particular fingerprints. So, who knows? Well, one individual is not quite convinced there's a Sasquatch. Individual named Joseph Friedrichs wrote an article way back in 2007. Says he doesn't believe and he never will. He actually went on an expedition with the BFRO in Oregon, and he came away unconvinced. No, it wasn't with the BFRO. It was actually with the Searching for Bigfoot team in California. Oregon, I'm sorry. Searching for Bigfoot, that's Tom Biscardi. Well, I guess this guy has the right to his opinion, but, he doesn't have the right to his own facts. He doesn't have a right to be wrong about the facts. Without the facts, his opinion is of no value. He just doesn't think there's a Sasquatch. So, that's his opinion. He's entitled to it. I don't necessarily agree, though. A good friend of mine named Tim Vogel is one of the proprietors of an organization called Toccoa Mountain Outdoors. We're the adventure guys. We link adventure through education. And very interesting website. A lot of good stuff on here. They've got they teach wilderness first aid. They got snowshoe rentals, survival programs. They do all kinds of stuff for different organizations: Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, rock climbing, mountaineering, summer camp programs, canoeing and kayaking, caving, camping and outdoor cooking. They do all kinds of great stuff in the outdoors, so check them out. ToccoaMountainOutdoors.com. For those who are wondering, where the heck is Finding Bigfoot? Where is the show? Is it coming back? Yes, it is. It's coming back in January. Bobo said, we don't have a rock-solid date for a new season, but as of now, mid-January. So in the middle of next month, your favorite Bigfoot show will be back. Well, some people's favorite Bigfoot show. I know there are others who mock and ridicule the show, but hey, it's getting awareness out there, right? And that's got to be a good thing. Interesting new photograph has emerged from the state of Kentucky. You can see the photo here. My experience has always been if you have to put a red circle around it, it's really not much of value. That blob, that could be anything. And a person who made a comment on this particular article, I'll scroll it down and I'll show you right here. Yeah, if he had time to pull out his phone, he had time to pull out his gun. Wouldn't an actual body be better evidence than this photo? Yes, it would. I completely agree. You can have all the photographs and all the videos and all the films and all the audio recordings and everything like that. That's all fine, well, and good. But it's not going to solve the mystery. We need a body or a significant part of a body. Nothing else will be accepted. I mean, even the footprint casts, even the ones with dermal ridges and the ones with the mid-tarsal break, still unaccepted. We need to bring in a body. Photos are just going to be disputed. They're going to be ambiguous. Films, videos, whatever. And look how easy it is to hoax things these days. No, we need a body or a significant part of a body. That's what is needed. The first ever Bigfoot or hominoid or hominid conference ever held in Africa is coming next May 4th through the 10th, actually South Africa. Be hosted by New World Expeditions in Zulu Nyala, a wildlife photo safari resort. So those who are attending this event, not only can they attend this particular conference, they can also go on safari. I believe that they are offering safari tours. So some really interesting stuff going on. And well, this is interesting. Next summer, Dr. Meldrum plans to participate in an international archaeological team to search for remains of the Ibu Gogo, a 3-foot-tall relict hominoid said to reside in the forests of Indonesia. Now, could that possibly be some sort of relation to the Orang Pendek? Quite fascinating, quite interesting indeed. Cherokee County, Oklahoma, more specifically around the town of Tahlequah, has had a history of reports. And Eddie Glenn, reporter for the Tahlequah Daily Press, has written an article about it. Looks like a fascinating article. And apparently there was an article back in 2004 about a photo that had been given to Mr. Glenn. Picture taken near Bathtub Springs, north of Pumpkin Holler. Guy claimed he'd taken a photo of a Sasquatch. So, but some really interesting stuff. A really great article. For those who don't think that the Sooner State has Sasquatch, they'd have to visit. They would have to go there. They would have to visit some of these areas, because believe me, they're there. It's been a while since I've checked out Thomas Steenberg's website, but I found this, Unwanted Sasquatch. There's a trailer for a new upcoming documentary which will feature Thomas and Bill Miller and John Green. I'll let you all take a look at the trailer, if I can get it to work.
This is one of my favorite spots for the tour.
They all loaded on this small Cessna by a guy by the name of Key.
This documentary recently debuted in Vancouver back in October. Hopefully there'll be a DVD release of this soon. Looks very interesting. I actually do have a few final things to discuss today before I sign off. First of all, the Ohio Bigfoot Conference plans are still being made to organize it, get it together, and things are moving along at a really good clip. The ticket sales for the conference will take place this Saturday, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern, and VIP tickets are $50. It's $10 for the overflow tickets. If you decide not to get a VIP ticket, you can always get one of the overflow tickets on Saturday. It may be Friday, May 13th, or Saturday, May 14th. I believe usually Saturday, May 14th. So, anyway, and lodging will be opened next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, December 10th, at Salt Fork. So those who are planning to attend, that's just a little bit of information for you who may be planning to attend this great conference. And the next speaker will actually be announced on December 26th, Saturday, December 26th, the day after Christmas. So that'll be the fourth speaker, and then of course the fifth speaker will be announced sometime next year in 2016. I also want to mention that, actually you can go to OhioBigfootConference.com to find out more information. I received a pretty cool item from Tim Vogel. He is one of the proprietors of Toccoa Mountain Outdoors. It is a banner. It's a small banner from the recent joint BFRO/Team Squatchachusetts expedition in Massachusetts. He sent this to me last week, and very nice. It was a very nice thing he sent me, and I want to thank him very much for doing so. Also, I received J.M. Bailey's conclusion to her Elusive trilogy called Elusive. Because I enjoyed the other two books she wrote, Eve and Iron Mountain Ridge, and this is the conclusion. So, there was a couple of cool items that I received this week. Oh, and I'm also running a contest on Facebook. I've already asked a trivia question, and we want to congratulate Kip Morrill for winning the contest. The prize is a copy of the Newsweek Bigfoot Special Edition. I only have one more to give out, and that'll be next week. And that'll also be on Facebook. So for those who are wondering, you just wondering how to get in contact with me, just go to Facebook, and you'll find my name. Actually, it's Henry B. May IV. Henry May is my father, but Henry B. May IV, that's me. So, if you haven't friended me yet, and you want to participate in this contest, I would encourage you to do so. That's if you haven't gotten a hold of the Newsweek Special Edition on Bigfoot yet. By the way, it is available. I saw it at Walmart. I picked up 3 copies at our local Walmart. And the reason I picked them up was one is for my dad for Christmas. Don't tell him. And the other 2 are for the contest. I've already given one away, so I've got one more to give away next week. I was trying to think if there's anything else to discuss this week. I don't think there is. Next week will be the return of the Q&A. Those who are on Facebook, you can ask me a question. You can also put questions here below on YouTube. If you have a question you'd like to ask me, you'd like to see me answer, I'll be glad to answer it next week, right here on HBO's Crypto Corner. So thank y'all very much for tuning in. Until next week, y'all be good. Or